4 years ago, my world shattered and I was the one who pulled the trigger. My husband and I had been married for 9 years, a decade of love and partnership. But right before the world shut down, I made a decision that would haunt every corner of my life. I cheated with a coworker. It's so easy to explain it away. My husband's consulting job had him on the road for weeks, sometimes months at a time. I was pregnant, alone, and desperate for comfort. My coworker wound her way into my head, whispering that my husband was probably cheating too, that no man could leave his wife alone that long without finding comfort somewhere else. Pathetic, right? But I believed her, and I let my guard down. When my daughter was born in 2020, the pandemic hit. Suddenly, everything changed. My husband was home for the first time in years, helping, caring, loving. Watching him hold our baby, regret crashed over me in relentless, suffocating waves. I couldn't keep my secret any longer. I broke down and confessed everything. The look on his face as I spoke, I'll never forget it. He started with a hopeful smile, and by the end, he was just empty. He didn't yell, didn't cry. Just silence. He asked if our daughter was his. I swore she was, promised he was the only man beside him. He wanted a paternity test. I agreed. Then he got up and walked away, leaving me alone with my shame. The next day, I tried to show him I was done with my affair. I blocked my coworker, quit my job, something we talked about before, but now it was a desperate act of repentance. He told me I didn't have to quit. I insisted. I wanted to prove I'd do anything to fix this. But fixing what I had broken wasn't simple. He said our marriage was fine, that he wasn't leaving or divorcing me, that he couldn't raise our daughter alone. But he never came back to bed. The hugs, the kisses, the late-night talks gone. We became strangers, living side by side but a world apart. He slept in our daughter's room. I waited for him to heal. I cooked his favorite meals, dressed up, tried to be the wife he once loved. For a whole year, I waited, hoping love would pull us back together. Finally, I confronted him, and things seemed to thaw a little. He started sleeping in our bed again. He even planned a date for our anniversary. But when we were intimate, he was gone, emotionally flat, a ghost in his own life. Every touch felt hollow. Every embrace, a reminder of what we'd lost. Last Saturday, it all exploded. I got dressed up for a rare night out, just hoping it would stir something. When he saw me, he asked, "You have a date tonight or something?" The words hit like a slap. All this time, he still thought I'd betray him again. I snapped. I demanded to know how he could still accuse me after everything I'd done to earn his trust. His voice was flat, exhausted. "Well, it didn't stop you before, so why would it stop you now?" I broke down, anger and shame and desperation pouring out. He didn't even argue, just looked through me with hollow eyes. "You think making dinner and dressing up erases what happened? Do you know how many nights I spent staring at the ceiling, wondering why I wasn't enough?" The tears burned my eyes. I whispered, "It's not like that. I was in a bad place." "So was I," he shot back. "But you didn't see me running off for comfort." We stood on the edge of something dark, both of us teetering. I pleaded, desperate for any sign he still wanted to fight for us. He whispered, "I'm trying. This is me trying." The silence was suffocating. "Maybe I should take over and go to my mom's for the night," I choked out, barely believing I'd said it. That's when our daughter's small voice cut through the gloom. "I don't want to go, Mommy. I want to stay with Daddy." Her innocence broke me in a way nothing else could. She clung to her father, the one steady thing in her little world. I didn't go. I stood there, frozen, realizing that no matter how hard I tried to patch the cracks, I'd never really faced the damage I'd done. I wanted to be right. I wanted to justify my anger and pain. But the truth is, I was the one who lit the match. As Derek turned away, our daughter in his arms, I stayed rooted in the darkness, watching the door close between us, knowing I was still standing in the ruins, and not knowing if love could ever rebuild what I had destroyed.